Good evening, I'm Abhiday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. Kantipur District Court slaps cricketer Sandeep Lamichhane an 8-year jail term for rape. Sandeep also ordered to pay 300,000 rupees penalty in addition to 200,000 rupees in compensation to the victim. Police make public Ram Bumjan, who is accused of murder and sexual violence. Police make preparations to present him at the Sarlai District Court. India's Congress declares it will skip the massive inauguration ceremony being planned for the Ayodhya Ram Temple, says it is a political project of the BJP. And the Middle East becoming a hub for world football, Qatar hosting the AFC Asia Cup that kicks off this Friday. 5 female referees to officiate at the Asia Cup for the first time. Cricketer Sandeep Lamichhane has been sentenced to 8 years in prison by the Kathmandu District Court for rape. Lamichhane will also have to pay 300,000 rupees in fines and 200,000 rupees in compensation to the victim. Judge Shishir Raj Dhakal's single bench handed the sentence to Lamichhane, saying that the cricketer had taken advantage of the poor financial situation of the victim. Based on state laws, anyone found guilty of raping a woman of 18 years and above faces 7 to 10 years in prison. The district court has said the victim and Lamichhane's age, the situation in which the incident happened, and the social and mental state of the victim were put into consideration while deciding on the sentence. The district court had convicted Lamichhane on 29th of December last month. However, his jail sentence and fines were determined only today. Meanwhile, Lamichhane has been out of contact. He will have the right to appeal the Kathmandu District Court's verdict. His legal representatives have informed he will appeal in the case after the full report of the verdict is released. The victim's legal representatives have also said they will appeal, saying that the victim was a minor when she was raped. The victim, who is known as Goshala 26, had filed the complaint on August 21, 2022. Lamichhane was in the West Indies to play in the Caribbean Premier League at that time. He was arrested upon his arrival at the Tribhuvan International Airport in October 2022. The case was filed at the Kathmandu District Court on 1st of November 2022, following which Lamichhane was sent to judicial custody. Lamichhane had reached the High Court Patan against the District Court's decision, and on 2nd of January 2023, the High Court granted him bail against 2 million rupees upon the condition that he remains in the country. Lamichhane and the Office of the Attorney General then shook the Supreme Court door against the High Court's decision. The joint bench of Justice Sapna Pradhan Malla and Kumar Chural had ordered to allow Lamichhane to travel abroad for professional cricket. Rambahadur Bumjan, alias Little Buddha, who has been accused of murder and sexual violence, was arrested by a team of the Central Investigation Bureau CIB of Nepal Police at his house in the capital's Bunalilkhanta yesterday. The CIB made public Bumjan today. Bumjan has ashrams or religious shelters in Bara and Sinduli where his followers reach in an effort to attain Buddhahood. Nuwakote's Chinimaya Tamang, nicknamed Chunmo, also reached his ashram in Sinduli's Baregaon. Chinimaya has been missing since 11 years. The missing of other followers of Bumjan from the religious shelters continued. 51-year-old Sanchalal Waiba of Makwanpur's Hetora has also been missing from Bumjan's religious shelter since March 28, 2015. According to the police, 2 more followers have been missing from Bumjan's shelter. 24-year-old Suresh Kumar Ale of Simra Bara is missing from Bumjan's shelter in Nijgarh, Bara, and is out of contact with his family for over 8 years. Makwanpur's Fulmaya Rumba, nicknamed Dolmo, is also missing since almost 9 years. It is not clear how many of Bumjan's followers who reached his religious shelters have disappeared. Bumjan's alleged crime is not just limited to the disappearances of his followers. He is also alleged of sexually abusing children. After being accused of the crimes, the police searched for Bumjan in his shelters but could not find him. The Sarlai District Court had given permission to the police on February 6, 2020 to arrest Bumjan in the murder and sexual violence cases. The CIB continued to keep a lookout for Bumjan, and he was finally captured at his house in Buralingkanta yesterday. The CIB had received a tip-off that Bumjan had been living in his Buralingkanta home since the past 2 months. When the CIB raided his house yesterday, they found a huge amount of cash, which indicates of another crime. The CIB made public today the cash, mobile phone, laptop, important documents, among other items retrieved from Bumjan's home. As per the CIB, 33,437,906 rupees was found at Bumjan's house, out of which 30,375,500 rupees was in Nepali rupees and 3,092,406 rupees worth of foreign currency was retrieved. The Department of Hydrology and Meteorology has said snow and rainfall have been delayed in the upper hilly region due to inactive westerly winds. Snow and rainfall in the higher hilly regions are the result of active westerly winds during winter that creates a low pressure region. Meteorologists say the high regions should already have witnessed heavy snowfall at this time. Agro-scientists say agricultural production in the region has been directly affected due to the drought. They say the agro production will be affected by up to 30% due to the lack of winter rain and snowfall. Experts say the scenario most affects wheat, flour, buckwheat, and even apples. They add this was a result of climate change and have called for a climate change adaptation program. The Election Commission has begun evaluating 2 of the complaints filed against candidates of the National Assembly election, which will continue tomorrow as well as before releasing the final list of candidates. 52 candidates had filed their candidacies for the 19 seats at the National Assembly that is going vacant from March, which is less than 2 months away. The Commission had received 1 complaint each for candidates from Sudur Paschim and Karnali province yesterday. Nayan Datta Bhatta from Nepali Congress had registered from the category of disabled person in Sudur Paschim. CPN-UML's Ramchandra Joshi had filed the complaint against Bhatta. In Karnali province, Vishnu Bika had filed his candidacy from Dalit category. CPN-UML's Hikmat Bika filed a complaint against him, saying that he had been in the proportionate closed list for the House of Representatives. The Parliament's Law, Justice and Human Rights Committee has directed the government to disclose all details of recently signed agreements with friendly countries. The meeting of the committee held today requested the government for the details of the agreements Nepal had signed. The committee invited Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal at the meeting today and received information regarding the recently inked agreements between Nepal and India. During the meeting, Premier Dahal said not to worry about the agreement in which the Indian Embassy in Kathmandu can invest up to 200 million rupees in projects. Dahal claimed that the agreement is in favor of the country and informed that there was no provision for India to unilaterally select and execute projects. Prime Minister Dahal also said that such cooperation has been extended to Nepal by Japan, the United States of America, China, Australia, among other friendly nations. He also said that India had reservation to buy the electricity produced in Nepal by the hydropower projects with Chinese investment. Premier Dahal also informed that a breakthrough would come on the Pancheshwar project in a few days. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, who is responsible for the failure of provinces and local levels in formulating laws? 32% voted for A, provinces and local levels themselves. 25% voted for B, federal government, and 43% voted for C, lack of resources and expertise. And here's today's question. What's your take on the Prime Minister's assurance to not worry about the agreement with India? Your options are A, defending the agreement, B, attempt for assurance, and C, respecting the neighbor. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international update. India's Congress today declared that it would skip the massive inauguration ceremony being planned for the Ayodhya Ram Temple, saying it was a political project of the BJP and its ideological mentor, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. The party said its leaders, Party Chief Mallikarjun Kharge, his predecessor Sonia Gandhi, and the party's Lok Sabha leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who received the invitation, have declined. The party's refusal to attend the high-profile event is expected to become the latest flashpoint between the Congress and the BJP ahead of the general election. For the BJP, which traditionally accuses the Congress of playing to minority sentiments, it is expected to be political gold. Several opposition parties, including the Left and Trinamool Congress, have made it clear that they would skip the event as well, providing ammunition to the BJP. The Samajwadi Party is undecided. The Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena UBT is yet to get an invitation. The building of the temple had been the centerpiece of the BJP's political plank, and its promise had contributed to the party's meteoric rise in the 1990s. The January 22nd inauguration by Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be attended by political leaders, industrialists, actors, and other prominent personalities.
Sports news.
Nepal Police has stormed into the finals of the 34th National Men's Volleyball Tournament ongoing in Surkhet, defeating Tribhuvan Army Club. Nepal Police will clash in tomorrow's title decider against Armed Police Force, who defeated Gandaki Province today. In the first semi-final played at the open court in Birendranagar, Surkhet today, APF defeated Gandaki in straight sets. The first set was very competitive, but APF went on to win it 25-23. APF continued to play well and won the second set 25-20 and the third 25-15 to book a place in tomorrow's title decider. Defending champions APF reached the final, remaining undefeated in the tournament. In today's second semi-final, Nepal Police Club outclassed Tribhuvan Army Club in 3 straight sets, 25-21, 25-23, 25-19, to advance into tomorrow's title decider. The title clash between APF and Nepal Police Club is slated for 1 p.m. kickoff tomorrow. The third place match between Tribhuvan Army Club and Gandaki Province is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. tomorrow itself. The Middle East has become a hub for world football in recent time. Qatar, which successfully held the World Cup 2022, is now hosting the AFC Asia Cup that kicks off this Friday. A total of 24 teams are participating in the Asia Cup. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.